Salute, 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 salute. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're not, if you come over here for the videos that gonna make you laugh, I have 7 more days, literally, and I can upload those type of videos. But if you want to see them right now, head over to 504 Cut TV, and you will get those type of videos. Ti have an extremely long catalog. He have a lot of radio hits, you know, and you have to really listen to his album, to identify with his music, you know. But he called out 50 Cent, and we all know, everyone know that 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying album is a classic. I mean, definitely a classic. Um, but T.I. have salute, 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 Aaron. T.I. have a lot of records. And I think this stemmed from the New York MC versus everybody else. I think T.I., there was a while back where T.I., well, New York MCs was saying that the South don't have lyrics and they ain't got nobody lyrical. And given that 50 Cent is a uh, 50 Cent will get destroyed, given the fact that Ti got more. See, that's why we having this live. Ti have more records. More records like the Jerk Rihanna. He got more records. Whatever you like. 50 Cent have what, maybe 3 albums, but Get Rich or Die Trying was the more classical album, and the other albums had maybe about 3 or 4 joints on there that the world gonna really know about. But I have to say this though, that Get Rich or Die Trying album, when people speak about 50 Cent, that's the go-to album. But Ti have a lot of singles, singles that charted, you know. But you know, he also mentioned Lil Wayne and said Lil Wayne would be a good individual to go versus against. You think Ti have more longevity than Lil Wayne? I don't think so. I don't think so. And that's not me being biased because I'm 504. But I just think that when I look at Lil Wayne catalog, I think Lil Wayne catalog is like a R. Kelly catalog, where it's so many remixes and it's so extended to the point where Wayne can body anybody when it comes to verses because he can literally play back to back their beat with him rapping on their beat, destroying them in that reference. But oh, got you. But 50 Cent and Ti, that's a different story. That's a different story. Ti, he got a lot of records, man. Like 50 Cent said it best on that Piggy Bank record when he told Jay to kiss. Jay the Kiss, you own in New York, you're local. Now everybody know Jay the Kiss got balls, plain and simple, right? But it comes a point in time where your region or your city can make you hotter than what you really is elsewhere. Like you guys see all the time when I put up polls with Jay Z, it don't go too well in Jay Z favor. When I do polls with Jay Z, it don't go too well in Jay Z favor, and that's because from a regional standpoint, that person might be the best, but on a global and on a uh, uh, across the country of the United States, other people look at it different. So, yes, once 50 Cent run the Get Rich or Die Trying album, he may have a couple of more songs that he can go with against Ti, but I don't think he have the catalog. So, Aaron, I do agree with you. I don't think 50 have the overall catalog once you get past Get Rich or Die Trying. Once you get past, and I know people gonna say, well, 50 got mixtapes and G Unit and things of that nature, but we talking about a versus 20 songs, 20 hit records, and I just don't think that 50 Cent have the catalog overall. Now, Wayne, right? That's a different story. That's a different story because, like, Wayne can literally play his Wayne go into his mixtape game. You know, who gonna beat him? Who gonna beat him? One album versus a bunch of hits. Exactly, exactly. I'm with you on that. I'm a 50 Cent fan. I'm a 50 Cent fan. But 50 Cent just don't have the body of work. He don't have the body of work. Ti got that's why. But this is bigger for Ti. This is bigger than 50 Cent. This goes back to with even Andre 3000 saying that the South got something to say. New York felt like that the South don't have the MCs that they have, and so Ti he want to prove a point. It's like I want to go against y'all big dog, even though Jay Z and Nas are New York big dogs, but Ti feel like, well, 50 is the face of New York, so I want to go against one of y'all big dogs. So that's why that's what this about. This is about the South versus New York lyrical uh, gangster rappers. That's what this is about, and so this is why he calling out 50 Cent. You know, Oh no, 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 Aaron, I'm with you, Aaron. Scarface is like it's you got music, and then you got different categories. You got the Tupacs, you got the Scarfaces, you got the Tupac, Scarface, you got the DMXs of the world, you got the Nas of the world, and yes, I would have to put nah, yeah, you got that world, right? The Andre 3000s and Black Thoughts, you got that world. So nah, 50 not in that category, not with those guys, nah, he's one notch under those guys, and when it comes to overall music, he's not in that category. Scarface is in that category with the Pac and Nas's of the world. That's that Scarface category. That's that Scarface category. Then you got 50 Cent category where, um, and you got the Lil Waynes of the world now with the Eminems. Like somebody who gonna say some things and make you go back and think about it. You know what I mean? The Andre 3000s. You got those kind of rappers, but um, the Jay Z's. That's that category. So you got the elites, which is Nas and Pac them, and they're on that plateau by themselves. And then you got the other ones who come behind them, which and Scarface is up there with the elites. He only doing that because I don't think it's about the Jay Z ordeal. Lane, it's not. I went over that. It's not about the Jay Z ordeal. What it is that see, I look at things a lot more deeper. What it is that this stems all the way back from when Andre 3000 said the South got something to say. New York really don't recognize the South as lyricists. So this is about, okay, 50 Cent is one of y'all MCs that y'all get behind. So I want somebody from New York. Now he ain't calling out Jay Z because Jay Z just ain't gonna do it. Jay Z just not gonna do it. You see what I'm saying? So he calling out 50 because 50 more in the public eye, and he represent New York. So this is more about a East Coast rapper who's supposed to be street with lyrics, and that a coast is behind, versus someone who from the South. That's what this is about. Because he already said it where he had he felt disrespected that New York artists don't look at the South artists as lyrical. So that's what this about. It ain't got nothing to do with Jay Z. It's really about he just tapping in and calling out, hey, I want one of y'all big dogs. He only doing, but you called it. Yeah, Get Rich or Die Trying album is that album. That album is a classic, man. That album is up there like with the Chronic, with Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style, uh, DMX first album. That album is a classic. So at the end of the day, once he get past that album, then he gonna run off into the clickety clank, the money in my piggy bank, and just a little bit and all that type of stuff. But Ti got records that gonna go way beyond that. That's just like I said. like it's like certain people, it's like certain people in the verses that nobody can see. So it's like him calling out 50 Cent, that's a good matchup because that means he done his homework. But calling out Lil Wayne is crazy. That's like calling out Wayne, calling out Kanye West. You know, you certain people you can't call out because they just got too many records. They got records that you don't know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? Like I would love to see Kanye West in the verses, but I don't think there's nobody out there that can compete with him. You know, 50 don't think. I don't know about that, man. When it comes to when it comes to lyrics, yes, Fabulous is nice, but when it comes to delivery, 50 Cent have a better delivery. 50 Cent, 50 Cent, it's like someone from New York could say Biggie is a better lyricist than Pac, right? And they'll say Pac was a lyricist. But Pac was a lyricist, but Pac had a way of making you feel his music. Like you felt him, you felt the pain, you felt the struggle, you felt his music. You know what I'm saying? 50 he have that factor, and that's a factor that everybody don't have. Like DMX have that factor, 50 Cent have that factor, Tupac have that factor. So it's like certain rappers have that it factor where you feel their music, like you're like because they tell you that pain side of real life and the struggle and then the success, but they never forget about the pain and the suffering they went through, and they're able to tell that story. That's the Lil Wayne uh downfall. Downfall. He don't have that pain music. Like he can't make you feel that music like that. Yeah, lyrically and balls all day long, but that pain music, like So 50 he have that. Ti have that trap music. Like to be honest with you, the G's and Ti thing would have been better, right? And I get it, the Gucci and the history, but Jeezy in that verses destroyed Gucci. But it was something for Atlanta to show the youth that they could put aside their differences. But Ti versus Jeezy would have been the actual matchup. You see what I'm saying? That would have been the actual matchup. Like I wanted to see uh like Jada Kiss. He don't have enough singles, right? He bar for bar fire, but he don't have enough singles like to go against the Jay-Z. But when you get when you get to who's the better lyricist, right? Who's the better lyricist? A lot of people say a lot of people say Jada Kiss, but he don't have the singles, the radio play, the back up that. So a lot of people don't get in tune or in depth with your album. They really study your singles. Real true hip hop individuals, they're gonna listen to your album. Yeah, but G's and Ti, that should have been the play. It should have been G's and Ti. And I'm gonna tell you another person who I would love to see. I would love to see go against Ti. I'm gonna tell you another person, but I don't think that they have the R&B slash records. But I would like to see Juvenile go against Ti. I think Juvenile and Ti would have been a good versus. But like I said in my last live, right now anybody go against Ti gonna win. I'll tell you why. Ti step out the spotlight, wasn't doing his music, so people miss his music. This is why this song that he just dropped is on fire and it's hot. It's on fire and it's hot. See, whenever you are in front of the camera so much, like Juvenile, he performing every week. He got a talk show now, podcast now. When people are hearing your songs every week, you just become that local cousin. Okay, that's such and such who came by the house. But when you that out of town cousin who barely come around, you get more love. Right. That's the thing. He don't have the his catalog is not that long, but he have hits. But what Ti is a universal artist. He's a universal artist where he can put on some R&B hip hop joints. He can play probably him and Usher. He can play him and Rihanna. He can play, him and Bruno Mars. He can play. He got R&B junts. So that's where he got these other ones defeated. Like go back to 50 Cent. 50 Cent, he gonna play what him and Sierra. He gonna play him and Justin Timberland. But once you get past that, he don't have the songs. Nah, Jada Kiss, it depends. I'm gonna trip y'all about Jada Kiss and Juvie. That'll be an interesting matchup, but it's about region. It's about what region they on. If they do it in the South, Juvenile win. If they do it in the East Coast, Jada Kiss win. It'll have to be on neutral grounds because at the end of the day, that's a regional type ordeal. See, a lot of this music and a lot of these verses is about regions. Like let me trip you out because like music in general. Like when people performing, right? I mean, when they drop records, your song might get more radio airplay in Vegas than it might get in South Carolina. So Vegas radio station might invite you to come perform, where South Carolina might not because your song ain't getting them many spins out there because the people not really rocking with your music like that. See what I'm saying? So it depends on the actual region of where you at, the region. Like so if Juvenile and Jada Kiss was to get together, you know, Jada Kiss got balls, but Jada Kiss on a little bit more. He on a little bit more features than Juvenile because at one point in time, Cash Money kept everything in house. They didn't want nobody. They didn't want the artist featuring nobody except their own artists. So Jada Kiss got a body of work where he got songs with Mariah Carey, songs with Mary J. Blige. So I would have to say Jada Kiss will win the verses because from an overall standpoint, he got bigger records. He got bigger records. You see, so Jada Kiss will win because he got bigger records. He definitely will win. He got bigger records. Like that's why I say like Wayne, he got so many features. It's like if you go against any artist and he just whoop out his feature game, that still count in the verses because he's on the record. So at the end of the day, it's like not it's not too many artists. Lord Banks don't have the records. He got the records. He got the records in New York, but he don't have the records for as everywhere else. Juvenile got more popular records. So Juvenile definitely beat Lord Banks. He got more popular records. Lord Banks, yeah, Juvenile definitely beat Lord Banks. He got more popular records Lord Banks just don't have the records. Lord Banks album, if I believe it went like gold or something back in the day. It went like gold, maybe it crossed that platinum threshold. But here's the problem though. New York got a population that's so large, it's like Texas for the most part. You can go platinum in just that one region. So that's why a lot of it come down to what region that you're in. A lot of it come down to what region that you're in. Like if they do it, if Lord Banks come anywhere in the South, Juvenile sweep him. But if you go to New York, then it's up in the air. You know what I mean? It's up in the air. But T.I., he won't 50 Cent bad, and I understand the reasons as to why, because he have the records. He have the records. That's just like Diddy and Jermaine Dupri. When you listen to Diddy, you think about Biggie. You really go into the rapper side of things, right? But you forget that Diddy got Jodeci, Mary J. Total. He got a bunch of artists that hit records. He got hits. But then when you go with that to Jermaine Dupri, now you're getting off into Janet Jackson and probably Justin Timberland and Michael Jackson, and you're getting off into a whole different arena. So, a lot of people don't know that some of the records that people actually is behind. But I'm curious, like T.I., he wrote for Bow Wow. Not saying that you want to take whoop out a Bow Wow record against a 50 Cent or Wayne, but he wrote for Bow Wow. So there are some songs that T.I. have written that people don't know nothing about. That he have written for other artists. So you never know what he gonna pull out. But I know for a fact that like a Lil Wayne, he shouldn't do a verses. Why? Why would I do a verses when I don't know what songs I'm gonna choose? I got that many songs. Like Kanye West. Why would I do a verses? I don't know what songs I'm gonna choose. I got that many. So it's certain people that you can't that if they was to lose the verses, it's just because the song selection. So they shouldn't even do a verses. You know what I'm saying? Like they shouldn't even do a verses because they got the song selection. It ain't enough. You need 50 songs. We need to go 50 songs in order for us to really get an undisputed winner with certain artists. You know, so it's like R. Kelly. Say what you want. You might not like the personal, but you take the music. It ain't a singer out there that can compete with R. Kelly. Everybody say, I did a poll where I did a poll with Chris Brown and T Pain where I said that who would win a versus between T Pain and Chris Brown. And Chris Brown, yes, he got the number, but that was a popular opinion. T Pain got a lot of records. A lot of records. So if you go 20 songs, T Pain can easily hang with Chris Brown. But when you get into that arena of 50, 60 records, that's what Chris Brown take over. So some artists is, like Usher. Chris Brown couldn't compete with Usher. Not in no verses. Chris Brown would have to do dances and everything else. If he just going song for song and you remove the dancing performance, he can't compete with Usher. Usher just got too much of work. His work, the work is just too extended. It's over 30 years of work. So how do Usher even choose the songs to for Chris Brown? You see where I'm coming from? You know, like the Confessions album alone, Chris Brown don't have a body of work that can compete with that album. So how do you choose what songs out of 20 songs when your body of work is 500, 600, 400, 500 songs? You know what I mean? So yeah, certain people can't even do a verses. But T.I. and 50 Cent, that'll be interesting. Extremely interesting. You know, extremely interesting. But thank you guys for rocking with the channel. Hey, Aaron, salute. Yeah, I appreciate you for rocking with me. Um, you know, uh, head over to 504 Cut TV. That's where I'm dropping the videos that'll make you laugh right now. I got 7 more days over here, then I could post those type of videos. But I have been posting those videos over there, and go check them out. I got like 30, 40 videos that'll make you cry, laugh over there. You know, so I truly appreciate the support, and thank you guys for rocking with the channel. And yeah, I can't wait till I come back a week from now, and I could put those videos up there. Salute, I humbly appreciate the support from everyone.